Aloha, book friends from beautiful Kauai. This is our first full day here. We arrived yesterday. We had to get up very, very early in the morning for our flight, and so we were pretty tired yesterday and kind of just took it easy, got groceries, and checked out the area, and that was just about it. And then we were pretty tired. But I will show you the view from our lanai because it is so, so lovely. So this is the view from our lanai. Doesn't get much better than this. There's the ocean right there. Gorgeous. It's a beautiful day. We are about to head down to the beach, and I will take you along a little bit during our vacation and show you what we're up to and show you what I'm reading. And yes, so I hope you enjoy this. So I will be back in a little bit once we have gotten ourselves together and headed down to the little beach area here. We're going to spend the morning down at the beach, and then we'll probably come back up to our condo for lunch because we are so, so close. And yes, so come along for a little Kauai reading vlog. Aloha from the beach. I have no idea if you can even hear me over the surf. It is so loud right now. But I just thought I would come on here. We are going to spend the morning at the beach, and my husband and son are in the water already. And I just wanted to share with you what I'm going to be reading right now. So I've already started Daughter of Molokai by Alan Brennert, and I am loving it already. I started it yesterday, not that far in yet. I have my cute, let me show you, a friend of mine who lived in Hawaii for a while bought me this cute Hawaii bookmark. I always take it. It's like a little surfboard, has a little floral charm on it. Can you see that? And sorry, I'm laughing at my husband and son because they are soaked. And yes, enjoying it very much so far, and looking forward to continuing it. And then I am going to dive into Death in Zanzibar, which was what you guys picked for me to read off my Kindle while I'm here, and I'm definitely going to do that. So I'm just going to flip this around, show you guys the ocean at the moment, and then I will check in with you later. Aloha, I am back. It is our second beach day in Hawaii, and of course I have my book with me. My husband and son are off playing in the waves, and I am just sitting and relaxing, and I am about 50 pages into Daughter of Molokai and very much enjoying it. The story is about this young girl, Ruth. She's the daughter of the character from Molokai that we follow, and she is sent to an orphanage because she can't stay on the leper colony. She doesn't have leprosy, and I think that happens when she's about 1 year old, and she stays with the nuns in this orphanage for a while, a few years, till she's five, I believe. And then she's adopted by a Japanese couple because she is half Hawaiian, half Japanese. And so this Japanese couple take her in. They're very lovely. They have 3 sons already. And so she comes into this sort of ready-made family. She loves animals, does Ruth. And the family has a cat, so she's very happy about that. And then the father's brother asks him to come to California from Honolulu to help him run the farm that he has out there. So the family has just relocated, and things are not as the brother would have made them appear, and so we are just about to learn about that. But that's where I am in that. And then I did also start Death in Zanzibar, and I'm very much loving it. It is like a cross between an Agatha Christie novel and a Mary Stewart novel, and I cannot think of higher praise for a sort of romantic suspense type of novel. We're following this young woman, Dany, I think D-A-N-Y. Not sure if you say that Dany or Dany, I don't know. And she is traveling out to Zanzibar to visit her stepfather and her mother out there. And she's currently in London. And when she was in London the day before, she had gone to meet this man, a solicitor, I believe, to pick up something that her mother had asked her to pick up. And so she does that, and then she reads in the newspaper the next day that this man has been murdered and the police are looking for her because she was the last person to be seen with him. And so she's freaking out, and then her room gets ransacked, and then the gun, which she thinks might have been used in the murder, is found in her room by her. And in the meantime, she's met this other young man, American, who is also going to Zanzibar, and he kind of ends up sort of helping her. And she is currently in disguise because her passport's been stolen, and so she's going as this guy's secretary, who like canceled on him at the last minute, but he happens to be in possession of her passport, so he is taking Dany in this woman's place. So they've dyed her hair red and gotten her some glasses, and they're going to try and pull this off. So now we're going to see what happens. But that is where we are in my 2 books that I'm currently in the middle of. So yes, having a very lovely vacation so far. We are just relaxing, having lots of beach days. I think we're going to go to the pool this afternoon. And yes, so I hope you're enjoying coming along with me while I vlog from Hawaii. And I think, I don't know, probably not tomorrow, but maybe the next day, we are going to take a drive up north, and the one bookstore that is here on Kauai, it's an independent bookstore. I think I'm going to make a stop in there, so I will take you guys along for that as well. So that will be coming in the vlog, so stay tuned. And yes, I'm going to get back to my book and enjoy the beautiful Hawaiian breezes and ocean air, and hopefully you can hear me over the waves because they're quite loud here on the beach, but loving every second of it. Isn't vacation just the best? Or should I say aloha. It is day 4 of our vacation. Day 5? 4, 5? Uh-oh, wind's blowing. I hope you can hear me. It is so loud here right now because of the surf. There's lots of people here on the beach, but I just wanted to come on and give you a update on my reading. So I have been reading both Daughter of Molokai as well as Death in Zanzibar on my Kindle, and very much enjoying them both. I'm kind of just flip-flopping between the two, though I'm definitely farther in Death in Zanzibar. It is such a good vacation read. It's, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Like I said in my other video, it is the perfect mashup of like Agatha Christie and Mary Stewart, and leaning more towards Mary Stewart. So if that's the kind of book you're looking for, definitely give MMK a try. Her Death In series, so fun. And we've finally gotten to Zanzibar in this one, and there's so much happening. There have been 2 deaths already, and our main character Dany is embroiled in the midst of this. The one thing I will say I don't love about Dany as a character, she's a little bit up and down in terms of like, oh, I'm so afraid and I'm, you know, falling apart, and then kind of being strong and having it together. And there's 2 men in her orbit And I'm not sure what's going to happen with the two of them, but I feel like one of them is going to end up being a love interest, and it's hard to say which one. I feel like, oops, there goes my umbrella. It's quite breezy on Kauai. It's not the garden aisle for nothing because it's very rainy and wet here and quite breezy. So trying to make sure my umbrella doesn't blow away. But yes, I don't know where she's going to go with these two love interests. So that remains to be seen. And then in Daughter of Molokai, we are in California now in the Central Valley, and the family that our main character Ruth has been adopted by, they've gone out there, things have not gone exactly to plan, and now the Great Depression has hit and they've lost their farm, so now they're sort of farming for this white man who doesn't like Japanese immigrants at all, and I think they're going to obviously imminently end up in an internment camp. So the book definitely like kind of jumps ahead in time kind of rapidly. That's fine. We're definitely going to go through quite a long period of Ruth's life. And yes, I just love Alan Brenner's writing. He just draws me right into the story and gets me so invested in his characters, and I just love that about him. So yes, I am going to sit here and read for a little bit and then probably go cool off in the water because it is quite warm, even though it's breezy. And yes, I will give you a little glimpse of what the beach looks like here that we're at. We're actually at the beach next to the resort we're staying at, and it's nice. The waves at the beach we're at are pretty intense, and this one's a little bit calmer, but still fun for my son to body surf and boogie board on. So that's why we're over here today. But I will check in again with you guys later. We have a few days left of our vacation. Tomorrow we're actually heading up to the North Shore. And then Friday, I am going to head over to the one and only independent bookstore here on Kauai and take you guys for a little tour there. So stay tuned for that. That is coming. Yes, so enjoy a little Kauai beach, and I will see you later. Aloha, book friends. I am back. This is our final beach day in Hawaii. We leave tomorrow, and I just wanted to give you one little quick last probably reading update. I finished Death in Zanzibar, and it was so good. I very much enjoyed it. I stayed up late the other night finishing it, and definitely recommend it. I'm going to read all the rest of those Death in books by MMK. They were so good. And so I am still reading Daughter of Molokai. I have gotten a little over halfway done with it, and it is also really, really good. I'm probably going to finish it on the airplane tomorrow since we have a 5-hour flight home. And yes, it is perfect for Hawaii reading or beach reading of any kind, wherever you might be. I definitely recommend reading Molokai first and then reading this one. I also recommend Honolulu by Alan Brenner. They are all excellent. Such good books. He's a fantastic writer. I just really love his writing, his characterizations, the story pace just moves along, and yeah, it's just fabulous. So The family is now in an internment camp. They were in California. Well, now I guess they're still in California, but now they're in Southern California in the desert. So yes, we're just going to follow along with what happens to them there. And then afterwards, I think we're in about 1943 right now. Yes, and very much enjoying it. But later on today, we are going to go to I think it's called the Talk Story Bookstore. And I'm going to take you along with me. So we're going to do a little book shopping this afternoon and check it out. I understand they have a bookstore cat there, so I will be sure to get some video of her as well if she's around. And yeah, so I will check in with you probably one last time before we say aloha and head back home. But it's been a glorious vacation, and I am enjoying just sitting by the water, reading, and yeah, listening to the ocean. It's just so lovely and relaxing. So hope you are all doing well, and I'll be back with another update soon. Time to go book shopping. Aloha book friends. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me to the Talk Story Bookstore here on Kauai. It is such a lovely little bookstore, and hopefully you got to see a little glimpse of their boss cat. Her name's Natalie, and she didn't ever get out of her basket, and apparently she bites if you try to touch her while she's in there, so we didn't try to pet her, but we did get to see her, and I picked up a couple of things. I was very restrained. One, because I have to pack everything in our suitcases to fly home tomorrow. But I thought I would show you what I got. So the first thing I got, I wanted to get something that would always remind me of my trip, and so I decided to pick up Tales of the South Pacific by James Michener. I read Hawaii by James Michener when I came to Hawaii for the very first time. My parents took my brother and I back when I was 19, I think was the first time we came, and we went to Oahu, Maui, and Kauai, and I read Hawaii the whole time I was here pretty much and loved it. Such an epic story, and if you're ever traveling to the Hawaiian Islands, I highly recommend it. But this book actually won the Pulitzer Prize, and I think this is the book that the musical South Pacific is based on. So I am very much looking forward to diving into this one. It is not as epically long as Hawaii is, so it feels much more doable, but feels like it will be a good summer read. Not sure if I'll get to it this summer, but maybe next summer, or maybe I'll save it for the next time we come back to the Hawaiian Islands. We shall see, but happy to have this lovely edition on my bookshelves. And then they had both new and used books at the bookstore, and so I ran across this little gem that a number of you have said you really liked, and it's by an author I love, and that is The Clairvoyant Countess by Dorothy Gilman. I hope you can see it in this. They have it wrapped in plastic, and I'm gonna leave it in here until I get home just to protect it on the way home so the book doesn't get damaged. And yes, Dorothy Gilman, of course, writes the Mrs. Polifax books, which I love. And this one is about Madame Karitska. She has a style all her own, a rare blend of psychic power and an exotic past. And she hangs up a sign inviting the public for readings to her modest apartment, but then she has a chance encounter with Detective Lieutenant Pruden of the police department, which catapults her into the seamier side of life. And anyway, she's going to match wits with organized crime, voodoo practitioners, schoolboy thieves, reputed witches, and a woman who, though buried, might be very much alive indeed. So sounds very intriguing, but yes, excited to have a non-Mrs. Polifax on my shelves. I have two other Dorothy Gilman standalones. I have Thales Folly, and I'm blanking on the other title, but I have one other book by her as well. So but excited to find this one. It's in really good condition, so very excited for that little vintage book. And then I just picked up a little souvenir bookmark from Talk Story. It's got pictures on it of the store and of Hawaii, and then on the back it just tells a little bit about Talk Story Bookstore. It says, Talk Story is defined as a place to chit-chat with old and new friends alike, a space to discover, share laughs, and develop friendships. Anyway, so yes, run by Boss Cat Natalie. It says that on the bookmark back here, so I love that. And yes, that was a lovely little bookstore trip, and yes, we just have a few more hours left here on Kauai, and I'm going to relax and read for a little bit. You can see the ocean behind me right here. I'm sitting on the lanai outside. It is quite warm. I'm gonna go in just a minute, but I wanted to wrap up this vlog. I hope you all enjoyed coming along with me to do some reading, visit Kauai, visit the Kauai bookstore. And oh, one interesting thing, the bookstore actually just moved to a new location. They lost their old location because it was in this building that was almost 100 years old, and the insurance would no longer cover it, and so the landlord was going to have it torn down. And then luckily Talk Story was able to find space in a building just a few blocks away. So they just reopened in June, so came here at the perfect time, because I think they were closed for a couple of months while they moved their inventory. But yes, so that was kind of fun, and I'm glad that they're still here, and because it is the only bookstore here on Kauai, and really, really lovely. But thank you for coming along with me on my Hawaiian adventures. I have had such a lovely vacation. It's just been so relaxing and wonderful, and I am gonna go inside now, read more of Daughter of Molokai. I'm over 200 pages in and loving it, and excited to see where it goes. I will probably finish it on the plane, and you can hear me chat about it in my next reading update video. But again, thank you so much for being here, for watching, and if you enjoyed this vlog, if you could hit that like button and subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. I would love to have you join my bookish community, and as always, I'll be back with another bookish video very soon. Aloha!